Gym in LaPorte, Indiana, where today the Indiana High School Girls State Tournament reaches the semi-state level. It's the 3A North battle between the Northwood Panthers and the Benton Central Bison in a special edition of the 46 Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Between my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us on a super Saturday of basketball on TV 46. Bob, the Northwood Panthers 26-3 on the year. Adam Yoder's squad got here through a very tough regional at Jimtown last Saturday. They rely heavily on the post play of Maddie Payne and Kate Ruley, but it may be the guards who have to come through for the Panthers today.
Well, and it was guards, I think, that really helped them to get through, especially the semifinal game against Marion. Their defensive effort shut down Marion's top scorers, held them both to single figures. And when you look at what you can get out of Minnick and also Kendall Miller and Carrie Fielstra, they're veterans. They know the game. They got a lot of good basketball IQ. And they feed the ball to the post. That's not a bad idea either.
Meanwhile, Benton Central comes in here having reached the state finals last year in Class 3A. David Baxter's team lost some key components to graduation, but what they have returned has done a great job of scoring, and everybody on this team can score the basketball.
Yeah, and emotions are really big right now for Benton Central. They lost their longtime athletic director, Dick Atha, and the kids all have T-shirts on with his likeness on there. And then they've got a player who's missed most of the season with a torn ACL. They got all those things that are combining. But what they really have is a team that went to this level last year, and they expect to go a little bit further this year. And Kaufman is outstanding. She'll get a lot of attention defensively, and I think they also have a little bit of size with Strasma inside. But this is going to be a game where the guards from Benton Central have to be successful against the defensive effort of Northwood.
Bo Hunt will be on the sidelines with us again today. And Bo, Bob mentioned the fact that Benton Central went to the semi-state, went to the state finals last year. Northwood has not been at this level since 1999. How big of an impact does that make on this game?
I think it's one of the key factors in this game. I mean, we look at their second game we're going to do. Northwestern won state the last 2 years. They're right back in the same situation, getting ready to go there. It's because of that. They've been there. Benton Central's been there, and they got beat last year. So they really got that motivation as well to get back, not only just to get there, but to win. And this is their first step in it.
The winner punches their ticket to the state finals. The two coaches, David Baxter on the left, Adam Yoder on the right, meeting with our officials. We'll get you ready for this one with our Jordan Automotive keys to win on the 46 Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Intera Credit Union, South Bend Orthopedics, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, Teachers Credit Union, IU South Bend, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technology, and the IHSAA.
And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back to LaPorte as we count down to tip-off on this 3A semi-state between Northwood and Benton Central. The tournament brought to us in part by the Indiana Fever. And it's time now to look at our keys to win, sponsored by the Jordan Auto Group. When we start with the Northwood Panthers, we talk about their two post players. They like Maddie Payne on the inside, the 6-foot senior, averaging almost 13 points a game, 6 rebounds a game. She has committed to play volleyball at Bethel, but she leads this team in steals and blocks and has been in double figures for 22 games this season. And then they also have Kate Ruley, the 6-foot senior, averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds a game. She's the best offensive rebounder on the team. She can light it up. She had a career-high 31 against Riley, and she's had 6 double-doubles this year. The keys to win for Adam Yoder and the Black Swish.
Well, Chuck, like any team at tournament time, you got to take care of the basketball. Just can't afford turnovers, especially if they get the pace the way they want it. They got to play through the middle, get the ball to the big girls inside. They can draw fouls and they can score the ball, and they've got to defend all 5 players who come to us from Benton Central. They've got veterans, they've got young, talented players, and they've got to get it done. Adam Yoder is in his 6th season as head coach at Northwood with a record of 107-48.
No, you're definitely accurate on your assessment there. I definitely feel that. Sitting here in the meeting on Monday, I'm sitting with Christy, and obviously her and I are close, and Kathy Layden, and obviously Coach Baxter, and has an amazing record. But yeah, it's interesting. I've been lucky enough to be coaching for over 20 years, but to be in this situation in basketball is definitely a first-time thing.
Meanwhile, the Benton Central Bison come in here. We mentioned the balance they have in their scoring, but their two top scorers are a pair of seniors. We'll start with Audrey Strasma. She is what they consider their big at 5'10", but she has come up big this year. 15 points and almost 8 rebounds a game. They nickname her the Diesel because her motor never stops. And then there's Kelsey Kaufman, the 5'8" senior, averaging 13.5 points a game. Very good three-point shooter. She's drained 46 of them this year. She's committed to play at IU Kokomo. The keys to win for head coach David Baxter and the Bison.
Well, they really want to control the tempo today against NorthWood. They feel like if the Panthers can get up and down the floor, it's going to be a detriment to them. They've got to hit the boards, and again, it's going to have to be by committee because the two big girls from NorthWood like to sit underneath that hoop and pull them down, and they have to avoid foul trouble. This is not a deep roster. It is a very talented roster for Benton Central. They've lost a player to injury for the season, and again, not a huge roster, but a very talented one for Benton Central, and their head coach is David Baxter. He's in his 17th season, and he's one win away from hitting the 300 win mark.
This is going to be a game of two contrasting styles. We're going to have to turn it into a track meet, and NorthWood's going to want to slow it down, pound it into those bigs who are just terrific. We're going to have to keep them off the boards to have any chance to have an opportunity to steal it at the end.
The stage is set. The Class 3A North Semi-State tips off. We'll give you the starting lineups and get you started with action right after this on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Interra Credit Union. We get it because we live here too. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nagel, Bo Hunt back with you from the LaPorte High School gym in LaPorte, Indiana, as we get ready for the Class 3A North Semi-State between NorthWood and Benton Central. And we welcome all of you who are watching on our Facebook and YouTube live streams today, sponsored by Lori Sumter at Phil Hahn and Associates. They announce everybody on the roster here at the Semi-State, as well as they should, because even the last person on the roster has made a contribution on these teams. But we're going to give you the starting lineups, and here to do that, my broadcast partner, the Hall of Famer, Bob Nagel.
And we're excited about being here as history is being made. Big special day for all of the teams and certainly for our crew as well. Starting lineup, first of all, for the NorthWood Panthers, Kendall Miller will start at the guard. She wears number 11. She's a 5'7" junior. Alex Minnick will also be at the guard, 5'10" junior. She wears number 12. Number 15 is Carly Fielstra, 5'9" senior. She is their third guard. And then the two big girls inside. Maddie Payne wears number 42. She's a 6'1" senior. And Kate Ruley is a 6-foot senior. She wears number 44, and she will be playing in the post as well for NorthWood. Now for Benton Central, the Bison will start with Kennedy Tolan. She is a guard, 5'8" sophomore. Wears number 12. Number 14 is Kelsey Kaufman. Keep an eye on her, folks. She is special, 5'8" senior. Wears number 14. Number 15 is Kyra Tucker, 5'4" junior. She'll be playing at a guard. And then Audrey Strasma is a forward. She's a 5'10" senior, wears number 24. And number 31 is Tressa Senesak. She's a guard, a 5'6" sophomore, very special young lady, and has worked her way into this starting lineup for Benton Central. So that's a look at the starting lineups. And again, David Baxter, the head coach of Benton Central, and Adam Yoder done such a special job at NorthWood, where they, you take over a program, Chuck, and they have a great tradition of success in girls basketball.
Both of these coaches had to follow pretty good acts. Steve Neff at NorthWood and Pat Cole at Benton Central. So it hasn't been easy for them, but David Baxter comes into a situation today where if he can get the win today, he's got his 300th career win. Typically at this point, we go over the series history, but these two teams have not met each other before. they have a lot of tradition. Northwood has won 11 regionals and 2 semi-states. Almost all of those under Steve Neff. And then Benton Central has won 12 regionals and 4 semi-states, including the semi-state last year when they had to go through the South. They beat Salem and then wound up losing to Northwestern in the state finals. Northwestern then, because of the success factor, moving up to 4A. Our officials for today's game, as assigned by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Christian Flores working with Jeff Green and Brian Allen. You get these assignments based on merit, so you have to figure these are 3 of the best in the state of Indiana.
Well, it's not often here in LaPorte that people are up this early for anything other than baseball, but they have a great tradition here in all their athletics, and we appreciate all the cooperation and working with their crew. And we're just about ready to tip it up as Benton Central wears the white uniforms with the green and gold trim. Northwood in their road black uniforms with red and white trim. We're ready to jump it up, and here to start a big day is my partner, Chuck Freeby.
The tip won by the Northwood Black Swish. They are 26-3 on the year. They beat Marion and Knox in the regional. Their 3 losses all came to teams with over 20 wins each. And Northwood, perhaps a little jittery, throws it away on the opening possession. Benton Central comes in with a record of 26-3 as well. Their best win was against Norwell. They lost to Northwestern, who will play in the 4A semi-state after this game, and they lost to Lafayette Harrison twice. Kelsey Kaufman goes into the middle of the lane, tried to feed it down low to Audrey Strasma. Northwood is there to cover it up, and on the alternating possession, Benton Central will keep the basketball.
Both teams, I think, a little jittery, partner. Turnovers, loose balls early in the contest.
Benton Central tries to get it out to Tressa Senesac, and the sophomore drives with the left hand and lays it in. Senesac, who is the point guard of this team, shows her ability to drive and gives the Bison the early lead. They'll respond with full court pressure against this Northwood backcourt. And Northwood has a 10-second violation early on. Bob, interesting on that possession for Northwood. They moved one of their bigs, Maddie Payne, into the backcourt to help.
Well, they can either do that or throw over the top of it. I would expect they're going to try to do both, but that pressure was terrific from Benton Central.
Senesac on the drive, blocked somewhat that time by Alea Minnick, and here comes Northwood. And again, facing this 2-2-1 press of Benton Central. They break it well. Maddie Payne with the layup, and we're tied at 2. By the way, our opening tip tonight was sponsored by Napanee Family Eye Care, and our first quarter being brought to you by Bub Funeral Chapel. Kyra Tucker, and now they give it back to Senesac. Kennedy Tolan drives and loses the ball, and Northwood with a chance to take the lead. Benton Central looked to trap. Northwood broke it again. Here's Kate Ruley banging inside, and a blocking foul called on Benton Central. They place it on Kelsey Kaufman. The senior picks up her first. You get another look on the SBO replay. Ruley going in strong, trying to attack the basket that time. Kendall Miller works her way inside, but couldn't get it to drop, and the rebound comes down to Benton Central. Strasma brings it across the timeline for the Bison. David Baxter calls out a play from in front of the Bison bench. Senesac leads this team in assists. They go into the corner to Strasma, working one-on-one against Ruley. And Strasma travels. Very good defense that time by Kate Ruley.
Turnovers even at 2 apiece, and Chuck on the other end of the floor. If Northwood gets the ball into the post area, Kaufman's going to have to be really careful. Once they get the ball in there, you almost can't let them score, but you can't have contact and get in foul trouble.
Benton Central forces 24 turnovers a game. Their defensive pressure is relentless. Northwood has to find a way to work against that. They'll go to Kate Ruley down on the wing. Now inside, Maddie Payne working one-on-one against Strassma, went right around her for two. Payne was an all-Northern Lakes Conference selection last year. No reason to think that she won't be this season. Now Kelsey Kaufman tries to work inside for Benton Central and gets tied up. They'll reset it with Kyra Tucker.
Kaufman did a good job of wrestling that ball back. That was nearly another turnover.
Senesac working against the man-to-man of Northwood, stumbled and traveled. Three turnovers on Benton Central in the early going. Kendall Miller and this Northwood backcourt throw it away. Senesac gets the steal. She leads the Bison in that, and she's not shy about shooting the three. Couldn't get that one to go. Miller the rebound for Northwood. Payne gonna come right down the lane, missed the layup. And the rebound controlled by Kaufman of Benton Central. Midway through the first, a 4-2 Northwood lead. That's the tempo they would like.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about. Not that you got to give up the basket, but you can't have contact, and Payne missed the layup, so it can happen.
Back door was open, but the layup missed by Kyra Tucker. Here comes Northwood the other way. Miller all the way down, gets double teamed. Payne tried to save it on the sideline and couldn't. And the defenses are dictating things early going.
3 turnovers for Benton Central, now 4 for Northwood.
Senesac hollers out the play. This is a play that Northwood worked against in practice this week, but it didn't matter for Senesac. She was able to get it right inside, just couldn't hit. Here comes Kendall Miller the other way for Northwood.
You can understand why Senesac, as a sophomore, is in that starting lineup. She's pretty special.
Now Benton Central flashing a 2-3 zone to try to protect the paint a little bit. Nope, it's a man-to-man. My apologies. Here's Ruley out on the wing.
They'll use a lot of different looks today.
David Baxter says he'll change up defenses until he finds something that works. This seems to be doing a pretty good job right now. They've got Miller thwarted. Minnick handles it by the timeline.
Close to a 5-second call there.
But you see that 2-3 zone look that Benton Central's giving right now. So Adam Yoder calls out a different play from the sideline. Northwood not a big three-point shooting team, but they do have some weapons. They'd prefer to just get it down on the block to Ruley and Payne and let them go nuts.
We watched them in practice the other day, and they're very disciplined and very knowledgeable about when the coach tells them what he wants them to do, they know what they got to do.
Ruley went cross court, and the three was open for Kendall Miller. Miller's 31st three-pointer of the year gives Northwood a 7-2 lead with 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Senesac inside Strassma, who has only had limited touches early on, and throws it away. The steal by Maddie Payne.
Good anticipation. Payne is very quick.
Carly Fieldstra on the dribble, found Minnick. Real good battle for position down low between Ruley and Strassma. They flash it into the post with Minnick. And Minnick with the left-hand dribble found Ruley working against Strassma. The fadeaway's good. Kate Ruley's first basket makes it 9-2 Northwood, and the Black Swish faithful come to their feet in LaPorte.
7-0 run right now for Northwood.
Senesac switches hands, got it outside to Kennedy Tolan. Her three off the mark, and the rebound Saved by Northwood, but they stepped on the sideline, so Benton Central retains possession. Bob, something has to give in this matchup today. Benton Central ranks 10th in the state. They score 64 points per game. Meanwhile, Northwood, 22nd in the state in scoring defense. They allow just 35 points per game.
I'm looking at the score now. It's 9-2, Chuck, and it's a 7-point lead. It doesn't seem like much, but if it's a slower pace and the final score is going to be, say, around 45-50, well, changed my mind there with the three-pointer, but it's a big gap.
Kyra Tucker's 58th three-pointer of the season. Much needed for the Bison. Northwood's Payne put it on the floor, and now she's tied up. Alternating possession will go to Northwood.
Foodies from all over are discovering the trip to Napanee to experience Rue 152 Bistro and Brewery. Well worth it. Featuring a 2-story layout with a big city look and feel, yet offering small town service. Rue 152's eclectic menu has something for everyone. Find Rue 152 on Facebook for more information.
The three was missed by Miller, then Minnick couldn't put the rebound home, and the first quarter comes to an end. Three-pointers did drop for both teams in that first stanza. Kendall Miller with one for Northwood. Kyra Tucker answered for Benton Central. 9-5 Black Swish after one on 46. The 46th game of the week brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. And we promise you a Bills Heating sideline report. Bo Hunt right down there by the Northwood bench fills us in on what his thoughts were on that first quarter.
Guys, Bob mentioned it, 4 turnovers for each team. Both these teams only average about 13 turnovers for a game, so I think the nerves really got to them there early in that first quarter. They started settling down a little bit, and Benton Central kind of went to that man. They were doing a double team up on the top, trying to force some turnovers, but the problem was with Northwood's bigs down low, they were getting those easy buckets, so they went back to that man, kind of a sagging man. So we'll see what adjustments they make here in the second quarter, guys.
Shooting statistics were not pretty in the first quarter, Bob.
No, they weren't, especially for Benton Central. 2 out of 7 from the floor. They end up 28%. Northwood 37% at 4 out of 7. 57% on 4 out of 7. And they were 1 out of 2 from three-point range. 1 out of 2 also for Benton Central. Nobody has taken a free throw.
Second quarter today brought to us by Bub Funeral Chapel, and our live stream sponsored by Lori Sumter at Phil Hahn and Associates. Tressa Senesac, the sophomore point guard, handles things up top. And the Northwood student body razzing her for every dribble. Now Audrey Strasma, who was quiet in the first quarter, misses on that shot. And the rebound came down to Kate Ruley. Fielstra pops it outside to Miller. And Miller threw it right through the hands of Maddie Payne. We'll see our first substitution of the game. As Kyra Tucker checks back in, she takes the place of Sydney Schwartz, who gave her a little spell there at the beginning of the stanza.
Both coaches going to dance with who brung them. You wouldn't be in the semi-state if you didn't have a solid team, and don't expect a whole lot of bench work today.
Inside to Strasma, and she lays it up and in for her first basket of the game. Audrey Strasma, the 5'10 senior, who will play volleyball at IU Kokomo, makes it a 2-point game and more full court pressure from Benton Central, although a foul called here on Kyra Tucker for blocking. That's the first on Tucker, the second on Benton Central. As you look at Adam Yoder, the 6th-year head coach of the Northwood Black Swish, a Bremen and IUSB grad, who also serves as the girls golf coach at the school. Inside, Kate Ruley travels. Another Northwood turnover, and that one was more of the unforced variety.
Northwood now with both teams with 5. Northwood 6 turnover, rather.
Down low, Tressa Senesac now up top. Senesac trying to give her team the lead, but short on the 3. The rebound tipped over to Northwood.
Northwood's done a nice job with the one and done aspect. That's 8 rebounds for Northwood, just 3 for Benton Central.
Here's a drive by Fielstra. Dumps it off to Rulli for 2. Kate Rulli underneath. And a nice little feed from Kelsey Fielstra, or Carly Fielstra, excuse me.
What a nice pass. And when she was going in, it looked like they're going to try to block her shot. She never intended to shoot it. That was a good pass.
Senesac around a screen, goes down the lane. Was hoping to draw a foul, didn't. Minnick comes the other way for Northwood. All the way in, she tried to shoot and was blocked. Good defensive play by Kennedy Tolan. Tolan this time is fouled. They call it on Payne, and that would be the first on Maddie Payne.
Got to be careful with Maddie Payne. Folks, Bub Funeral Chapel is here for your family and a proud supporter of high school athletics. Good luck to the Panthers. From Bub Funeral Chapel, they offer a full range of services. Call them at 255-3126 or visit bubfuneralchapel.com.
The timeout sponsored by Truck Accessories Group, 11-7 Northwood on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by South Bend Orthopedics, the team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947. Bo Hunt has some information from down on the sideline for us on that last foul.
Yeah, that last foul, it definitely looked like it was Maddie Payne that should have been called for that foul, but they actually put it on Carly Fielstra for that foul.
All right, that would be the first on Fielstra. Benton Central trailing by 4, looking to inbound. Northwood has had the tempo to its favor in the early going. It's a Bison team that averages 64 points a contest, and they only have 7 here in the middle stages of the second, and another turnover. Fielstra gets it down low to Minnick, but she threw it away as well.
7 turnovers for Northwood. 5 for the Bison.
Tolan travels. Make it 6.
Yeah, that would have been if she'd continue, would have been a charging foul. Good luck to Northwood from your friends at Truck Accessories Group, the maker of Lear brand truck caps. TAG is the #1 producer of fiberglass and aluminum truck caps, proudly made in the USA. Truck Accessories Group has been in your backyard for over 50 years, and we are a proud supporter of local high school sports.
Kate Rulli works her way down from the high post, and scores. That's 10 out of the 13 points for Northwood that have come from Payne and Rulli in the early going. Meanwhile, at the other end, Strasma thought about the 3, instead worked her way in for an easy layup. Audrey Strasma now with 4. The 3-time All-Hoosier Conference selection pulls her team within 4.
Just as they did last week against Marion in that semifinal, the backcourt for Northwood doing a good job focusing on Kaufman.
Strasman gets a block shot there, and Tolan knocks it out of bounds. Northwood will go to its bench. Payne comes back in after getting a breather. And we also see Bree Wise in the game now for the Panthers. Reagan Hartman in the game. She's got the ball now driving left side, and Hartman is able to draw the contact. The foul called on Kyra Tucker. That would be her second.
Congratulations, Panthers, on a great season, and good luck today from Topping Dental Group, providing complete dental care and featuring no money down orthodontics. Visit Topping Dental Group in Napanee or Bristol for all your dental needs.
Kyra Tucker will check out. Sydney Schwartz back in for Benton Central, a 5'7" junior. Good ball handler off the bench. She played phenomenally well against Norwell in the regional championship for the Bison. Kendall Miller and Alea Minnick playing catch on the outside. It'll be Miller penetrating. Had nowhere to go. And with Payne handling the ball on the outside, she has to work against Strausma and travel. That was not the best offensive set for Northwood.
Yeah, it sort of wasn't seem to be a good adjustment made by Benton Central defensively. By the way, the law offices of Len Zappia wish the Panthers success in today's semi-state. If you have a family law need, call Len Zappia, 287-2240.
Strausma tried to feed it underneath and did to Kennedy Tolan. But Northwood doing a very good job of jamming up the paint against this Benton Central squad. Senesac lost the handle working against Hartman, and another Bison turnover. Hartman back outside. Miller took it right down the lane but couldn't get the layup. Strausma with Karam. Under 3 to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Topping Dental Group halftime report and our TCU Student Athletes of the Week, plus scores and highlights. Strausma working against Payne. Nearly threw that one away. A good grab by Schwartz to keep it in play for the Bison. And the Northwood fans hollering their appreciation for the defense. Well, that was until Schwartz went in and drew the contact on the way up, and she'll go to the line for 2.
First free throws of the game, I believe.
Get another look here from our friends at SBO with the replay, and Schwartz was able to get the step on Kendall Miller. Maddie Payne coming over trying to help, got a whole lot of body.
That would have been her second had the first one stuck, but it did not.
Schwartz is only a 58% foul shooter, a sprinter on the track team at Benton Central, and most effective in her game, as you just saw, driving to the basket.
Klein Custom Homes says go Northwood, beat Benton Central. Klein Custom Homes, Michiana's premier home builder. Come visit one of our exclusive neighborhoods to let Klein Custom Homes build on your property anywhere in Michiana. For more information, visit us at kleincustomhomes.com.
Another Northwood turnover. And these two teams may wind up with almost as many turnovers as points here in the first half at the rate we're going.
Yeah, both of them pride themselves on limiting turnovers. So that tells you the defense is pretty solid for both teams.
Senesac backs it outside, the sophomore point guard. Really done a good job picking things up after taking over this season. But she lost the handle there. Underneath, losing the ball was Kennedy Tolan, and here comes Northwood. Adam Yoder telling his team settle down.
9 turnovers for Northwood, but 10 rebounds. Just 5 rebounds so far.
Ruley underneath, using the size advantage. And Northwood has the lead back up to 6.
And Ruley is 4 for 4 from the floor. Payne is 2 out of 3, so the big girls have gotten it done.
Senesac had her shot altered by Ruley. And Northwood has a chance to get some cushion if they can do something with this possession, but there's a trap on the sideline and a timeout taken by Adam Yoder. We'll take it as well. It's sponsored by Truck Accessories Group. 1:09 to go first half. The Black Swish by 6. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by the IHSAA, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years.
Yoder Central Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to what they do, and they're here to serve you for your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Yoder Central Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
And we'd like to thank Rue 152 for being the Northwood 3-point sponsor today. I think I might have missed him on the Kendall Miller shot back in the first quarter. 15-9 in favor of Northwood. Let's see what Adam Yoder dialed up during that timeout. Working the ball around the perimeter of this Benton Central defense, but they finally get it inside a little bit. Minnick had to throw it back out. Fielstra working the handles on the outside.
Good patience here by Northwood. You got a 6-point lead and the ball.
Trying to find a way to get the ball to the post. Miller outside guarded by Schwartz. Now Payne put it on the ground and went right around Strasma. She wound up getting fouled by Senesac going inside, and so Maddie Payne will take free throws sponsored by Klein Custom Homes, and she get a look from SBO.
And while you look at that, we'll tell you the Penn Boosters congratulate the Panthers on a great season and are rooting for them today. Whatever school district you live in, join your school's booster club. They're an important group for schools, raising money for both academic clubs and for sports. What a nice gesture from the Penn Boosters.
And of course, it's Penn and Northwestern in the 4A semi-state to follow this one. 4 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook, 9 p.m. on 46. Payne hits the first. She has 5. All-state volleyball player Maddie Payne misses that one, and the rebound to Kennedy Tolan. Payne will play her volleyball at Bethel College, or Bethel University. Boy, there's a tough habit to break.
There you go.
Kyra Tucker drops it off. Now here's Kelsey Kaufman, who's been held scoreless, and throws it away.
Can't say enough about the defensive effort against Kaufman in this first half. Chuck, she not only hadn't scored, she hadn't had any chances.
Fielstra comes back in for the Black Swish. Schwartz for the Bison. Northwood will have 3.6 to try to get off a shot. Adam Yoder directing traffic on the Panther sideline. Ruley with the catch. Finds Payne, who shoots. Can't get it to go, but a very solid first half for Adam Yoder in the Black Swish. He's with Bo Hunt.
Adam, 2 things stick out in that first half: turnovers and then that ability to hit on the inside shot. Just your thoughts in the first half.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of getting the ball to the rim at will. I mean, we just keep trying and trying. But yeah, turnovers, they're speeding us up a little bit. You know, we're trying to get it in transition and see if we can get something quick and then back it out, and we're not finding that balance. You know, it's like we're getting stuck in the middle. So we got to take care of the ball better.
Adjustments for that?
We're going to have to make sure we're on top of our game as far as where we want people when they trap us, because they're going to come out and do it here to start the third quarter.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, man.
Back to you guys.
Maybe a little decaf for Adam Yoder at halftime as well. 16-9 in favor of Northwood as we get ready for the Topping Dental Group halftime report. A strong first half for Kate Ruley, who had 8 points for Northwood, and they lead it by 7 on 46.
And we welcome you back to LaPorte High School. It's 3A semi-state action between Northwood and Benton Central. We have a chance to interview our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. Well, we have a couple of fine representatives of their school. We always do, and we're proud to have them with us. And that it would include Kelly Fielstra from Northwood High School, and also Tessa Senesac from the wonderful Benton Central team. And congratulations, first of all, Tessa, on making it here, and your team is playing for a shot at the state championship.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get that with my teammates and have fun and hopefully get the win.
You're also representing the work you've done in the classroom. Congratulations on getting everything done. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. Thanks.
You have to prioritize your schedule, make sure you get everything done that you have to get done first before you go get a pizza?
Yeah, well, as you know, school always comes first before basketball, so I have to make sure I get my work done, even in busy weeks like these.
What would you like to do at the next level? I know you're just a youngster in high school, but have you thought about college at all?
I've thought about it a little bit. I'm just kind of going with the flow. If offers come, then I'll obviously look into them.
The first offer that comes to play basketball, you're going with them, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. Talk about the people on your team that have helped you at home and throughout your life to be successful.
Well, Dick Atha, who we're playing for tonight, he just recently passed away. He's with us in our hearts, and we're definitely playing for him, and I'm playing for all my teammates and my family.
And Mom and Dad helped you out along the way?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, don't forget them. Christmas will be back in 10 months, so you got to make sure you... But Tessa, congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
All righty. Tessa Senesac from Benton Central High School and from Northwood High School, which is a little closer, I think. We've got a young lady here who's representing her school, and also your school so many ways, especially in the classroom with what you've done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about what you really enjoy about the student part of being at Northwood High School?
I mean, we have great teachers at our school and stuff, and they make it really enjoyable, and it's great just to, you know, how they teach us, and yeah.
Sure, you have to keep the priorities in line as well, as far as taking care of all the practice for basketball and then academics.
Yeah, I just try to take my time during class and after practice, just really get all my stuff done and make sure that school is top priority over basketball.
What are your thoughts for the next step going on to college? Any choices yet?
I'm thinking that I'm going to go to Purdue Fort Wayne and study art education and minor in special education.
And maybe come back and be a coach someday?
Who knows, maybe.
Well, it kind of runs in the family, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, give a shout out to those people that have helped you be successful at home and at school.
Just all my coaches from when I was little to now, and my family, my mom, my dad, my 2 sisters, who have really been my biggest fans through all of this, and also my teammates.
Well, we wish you the best of luck at whatever you're going to endeavor to do in the future, but congratulations on all you've done so far.
Thank you.
All right, Carly Fielstra from Northwood High School, and also Tessa Senesac from Benton Central, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com. Find out how you can become a member today. We're back with some halftime stats and highlights in just a moment here on TV 46, our coverage of the semi-state from LaPorte High School.
And this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. It's nationally known but locally owned. Halftime here at the Class 3A semi-state at LaPorte with the Northwood Black Swish leading the Benton Central Bison by a score of 16-9. Welcome everybody to the Topping Dental Group halftime report. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray here in LaPorte. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, a couple of things. If I told you that 11 of the 19 points for Northwood came from the post players, not the least bit surprised. That's what you'd expect them to do. The thing that's really puzzling me is Kaufman for Benton Central. She's one of the top players obviously coming in. She's one of the reasons that they're here. Held scoreless in the first half and really didn't even threaten to score. So defense doing it again for Northwood today.
Well, let's show you how it got to be this way here at the LaPorte Gym, and you'll see that early on, Tressa Senesac found some openings, and the sophomore able to penetrate, scored the first basket of the game, but then Northwood would wind up going on a 9-2 run. Maddie Payne on the outside, or inside, Kendall Miller on the outside with the Rue 152 three-pointer. That was answered finally by Kyra Tucker, who helped to get Benton Central back in the game. And when Audrey Strasma scored that, we were down to a 2-point game. But then Northwood would get another run late in the quarter as Carly Fielstra drops it off for Kate Ruley, and Adam Yoder says, that seems like a good idea. Let's go to Ruley again right here. She had 8 in the first half. So Northwood up by 7 at the intermission. And Bob, a look at the first half numbers show some pretty poor shooting percentages and a whole lot of turnovers for both teams.
Well, Benton Central really struggled. They were at 28% after one quarter, stayed there as they hit 4 out of 14 in the first half. Northwood, 7 out of 13, 53%. That's pretty solid. Neither team's taking a lot of threes. We might see more of that from Benton Central. Free throws not a big factor, and rebounding favors Northwood, and the turnovers also favor Northwood with 9 against 8, but got a little sloppy at times in that first half. But we've got two teams that are going to give everything they have, and so you can expect Benton Central to come out of that locker room ready to go.
And why wouldn't you? A trip to the 3A state finals next week in Indianapolis is on the line. It's Northwood on top of Benton Central, 16-9 at the intermission. This has been the Topping Dental Group halftime report on the 46 Game of the Week. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the electrical workers of Local 153. They're making our community brighter. What kind of adjustments will Benton Central make here in the second half? Let's find out from our sideline reporter, Bo Hunt. His report brought to us by our friends at Bill's Heating.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to David Baxter, and he talked about turnovers, exactly what we were talking about as well. He said we just forced to or had too many of them. We did force 9, but we had 8 of them as well because we were just finishing at the basket. We're getting there. We're not finishing. We're not able to do that. He goes, we got to stop Rulli on the inside. He said, she's just destroying us down there. And I asked him about the score. 9 points at halftime. Their team used to score over 60 points a game. He goes, yeah, that is a concern, but it is a semi-state game, and we knew this was going to be a defensive battle.
I absolutely agree with them about their shots. They're not taking bad shots. They're just not making them.
And they're not getting nearly as many as you would expect they would get in a half of basketball, and that has to do with the turnovers for both teams. And it also has to do with the fact that they're being denied on the way in.
Third quarter brought to us by Bub Funeral Chapel. Man-to-man pressure by Benton Central forces another Northwood turnover.
10 turnovers for the Panthers.
The defense has really sparkled, though, for Northwood. And here's Benton Central making another turnover, trying to feed the ball just where it couldn't go.
Imagineering Finishing Technology, celebrating 60 years as the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. 60 years serving the automotive as well as the medical, aerospace, military, and defense industries. Go to IFT Worldwide for more information. Like the teams in today's game, everybody's working for a great finish.
Held ball results in another Northwood turnover as Tressa Senesac was able to tie up one of the Black Swish, and so Senesac will bring it over the timeline as Adam Yoder looks on from the sidelines. Senesac from the foul line went up with the ball and had nowhere to go. Those bigs from Northwood make it really tough to go into the paint. Meanwhile, Senesac blocks a shot from Kendall Miller, and the rebound comes to Benton Central.
Kendall thought there was going to be a foul call, but that was a good effort by Senesac, who's so quick. We saw her on her first scoring attempt really split the defense and get into the basket.
Strasma works on Rulli and gets her 6th point of the day. So Audrey Strasma, who averages 15, doing her best to keep the Bison in it, and Adam Yoder wants a timeout. We'll take it as well with 6:30 to go, third quarter. Truck Accessories Group sponsors the timeout here on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951.
Hey, a big thank you to the folks from St. Andrews Products for making our crew look good. They can do the same for your school or corporation. Call them at 800-628-9922, or you can reach them by email at sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
16-11, Northwood on top by 5, 6:30 to go, third quarter. The winner plays in the 3A state finals next Saturday evening in Indianapolis. We'll have all 4 of the state finals on our airwaves on TV 46. Kendall Miller brings it across for the Black Swish. Alea Minnick has not scored, but has done a good job moving it around, and she found Miller open, who missed the 3 badly. Senesac with the ball for Benton Central.
Ooh,
run a little weave action here with Kyra Tucker pushing off. Her third. You get another look from SBO. We saw this a lot in our boys game last night, Bob, the push-off.
Yeah, when you extend an arm, you're just sending a telegraph to the official that you charged, and it's just an unfortunate thing for Benton Central. It was a chance maybe to get on the scoring column.
Payne to Minnick. Now Rulli along the baseline, tries the reverse layup, couldn't get it to go. Payne the putback, no. And the rebound to Strasmo, Benton Central. Bison want to run. They haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that today. Tolan puts it up and had nowhere to go against the 2 bigs, Payne and Rulli.
Tolan 0 for 3 for the ball game. Senesac made her first basket. She's missed her last 7 shots.
Minnick went inside. Payne the easy offensive rebound. Payne with 7. That's the lead for Northwood.
Another good offensive rebound there for Northwood. They've had 6 of those today.
Schwartz just had nowhere to go. Now they finally go down on the block to Kaufman. That's who you've been looking for, and she got the bucket and the bump.
So you can take her off the milk carton now. Took it inside strong, got the bucket.
Kaufman draws the foul against Alea Minnick. And
I think they said Fieldstra down there.
Oh, you're right. And Kelsey Kaufman, a 74% free throw shooter with her first 3 points of the day to make it a 4-point game. More full court pressure from Benton Central. And Payne lost it to Senesac. Senesac scores, and all of a sudden the Bison within 2.
Senesac is quick.
A reach-in foul called on Kelsey Kaufman, her second.
Miller Senior Living Community in Wakarusa is the proud supporter of the Northwood High School girls basketball team. Miller's provides short-term rehab, assisted living, and long-term care to our seniors, serving Elkhart County and the surrounding communities. Find out more at millersmarymanor.com, and go Panthers.
Reminder, after this game, we've got another IHSA girls semi-state today. You can watch it live on YouTube and Facebook at 4 p.m. and we'll show it on TV 46 at 9 as number 6 Penn faces number 1 Northwestern. The winner punches their ticket to Indianapolis.
Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future, whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business. Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that'll help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. They're federally insured by the NCUA. They're an equal housing opportunity lender.
This game has been at Northwood's tempo. Here's an example. The Panthers have only allowed 4 opponents to score over 50 this season, and only 4 opponents held Benton Central below 50 this year.
Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
Northwood by 2 midway through the 3rd period. And a holding foul on Tressa Senesac. That'll be her second.
Reminder, folks, so you can get back in the game with South Bend Orthopedics, team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947.
3 fouls now on Benton Central here in the second half. Payne at the foul line. And it's Rulli down on the block. Good head and shoulder fake, bucket, bump. And you'll get another look at the end one that has the Northwood student body standing and applauding. 2 Bison went soaring by, and that made it all too easy for Kate Rulli, a 68% foul shooter. Free throw sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. It went off the back iron. But the rebound to Alea Minnick.
What a good hustle play by Minnick. Another offensive rebound.
Northwood could make this a very wealthy possession down the court if they can convert here. Miller went down the lane, got tied up on the battle for the loose ball possession arrow with the black swish.
Folks, foodies from all over are discovering the trip to Napanee for the experience at Rue 152 Bistro and Brewery. It's well worth it. Featuring a 2-story layout with a big city look and yet offering small town service. Rue 152's eclectic menu has something for everyone. Find Rue 152 on Facebook for more information.
Maddie Payne on the drive. Looking for help, just threw it up there, got her own rebound, and then drew contact. Or is the foul on Northwood? It is. Well, they call the foul on Payne, and you can make the call at home thanks to the SBO replay.
She's just really hustling inside, trying to keep the ball alive, and got tangled up there.
Benton Central trailing by 4. They've had it as close as 2 here in the 3rd. The Bison trying to make back-to-back trips to the state finals. They went through the South last year. They're also trying to get head coach David Baxter his 300th win, and a moving screen called on the Bison.
Again, away from the ball, but trying to get position.
They'll call it on Strausman. That's her first, and David Baxter not too vehement in his discussion of the call over there. Minnick had 2 trailers behind her. Now Miller.
Good job defensively by Kaufman on that opportunity.
Fieldstra launches a 3 but can't convert. Ruley the offensive rebound. Short. Ruley then went over the back on Kennedy Tolan. Her first.
And I got to believe that's the setup that Northwood wanted. It's almost like an entry pass when you've got a big rebounder in there. Really missed the first one, came over the back. That foul, give the ball back to Benton Central, and they need to get Kaufman going again. They need to get Senesac in there.
Tucker threw it to Strausman, the paint for 2.
Or Strausman, that's okay.
Well, that's been the story for Benton Central this year, is you never know exactly where the points are going to come from, but they have come. Strausma with 8 today, a steal by Senesac, and here's the Bison maybe able to get the lead. They draw a foul on Alea Minnick.
A little bit of frustration there, but nice job by Senesac. Folks, Bub Funeral Chapel is here for your family and a proud supporter of high school athletics. Good luck to the Panthers. Bub Funeral Chapel offers a full range of services. Give them a call at 255-3126 or visit bubfuneralchapel.com.
Strausma outside. Now Tolan. Northwood has played terrific defense throughout. They get another steal here from Ruley. What a job Northwood has done on this Benton Central offense, and yet the Panthers only up by 2 with 2 minutes to go, third quarter. It's Ruley down on the block. Forget about it. She missed the shot, though. Typically, that is a gimme for Kate Ruley.
It usually is.
Strausma with good defensive position.
16-10, the advantage on the boards now for Northwood.
Senesac has been quiet offensively since scoring the first basket of the game. She only has 4 points today, but the sophomore directing traffic, and a steal by Miller. Kendall Miller blocked by Senesac. Foul on Senesac. That's her third.
Senesac is so quick. Caught up from behind after the steal. Had a good chance to block the shot. Want to remind you folks that good luck is wished to the team from Northwood for your friends at Truck Accessories Group, maker of Lear brand truck caps. TAG is the #1 producer of fiberglass and aluminum truck caps, proudly made in the USA. Truck Accessories Group has been in our backyard for over 50 years, and we're a proud supporter of local high school sports. Your friends at Truck Accessories Group.
Kendall Miller's free throw sponsored by Klein Custom Homes, and the 3-sport athlete hits both of them to make it a 22-18 game. Miller, an all-NLC volleyball player. She also runs the 800 meters for the track team. She'd prefer not to do that for a couple more weeks. Senesac left-hand dribble into the lane, missed the shot, and the rebound controlled by Payne. Black swish by 4. Miller. Now Ruley down on the block. Would not be denied this time. She's got 12.
She's 2 out of 5 here in the third quarter.
The Northwood crowd has traveled very well to LaPorte today, and they're making some noise in the Slicer Gym, especially now. The steal, the layup is missed, but the rebound put up no good. How about another shot for Miller? And David Baxter, perhaps not very happy with his team right now, that there were 4 Northwood players standing around the basket with nobody around.
Yeah, I think they thought the original break was going to result in the basket, so they stayed down the other end. And Northwood got 3 chances and scored the basketball.
Benton Central will hold for the last shot. Senesac has to be aware of the clock here. And wasn't. Tolan fired up an off-balance three, and the quarter comes to an end. And Northwood has not been to the IHSA State Girls Basketball Finals since 1999. But they may be headed there. They're up by 8 at the end of 3 on TV 46. Edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. They set the standard for industries including automotive, medical, aerospace, and military. Go to iftworldwide.com for more. Like the teams in tonight's game, we're working for a great finish. Time for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. Here's Bo Hunt.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is Northwood's play on the inside, offense and defense. Minnick, Payne, Ruley, just the jobs that they're done on the inside, on the defensive end, to keep Benton Central from driving the lane. I think that's one of the huge factors in this game. Really kept their scoring down. And, of course, Ruley and Payne on the inside on the offensive end. What a great job they've done so far in this game, guys.
Again, and I realize if you've been watching all day, you probably think they're beating a dead horse here. But this Benton Central team came in scoring 64 points a game. They have 18 through 3 quarters.
Congratulations, Panthers, on a great season, and good luck today from the Topping Dental Group, providing complete dental care and featuring no money down orthodontics. Visit Topping Dental Group in Napanee or Bristol for all your dental needs.
Tolan with the left hand, thwarted by Payne. Ruley got the rebound. Northwood just beats the 10-second count, but they threw the ball away. Alternating possession will go to the Black Swish.
Yeah, they just trying to force the issue and make the pass, and good reaction from Benton Central.
Fielstra triggers the inbound, but it wasn't controlled. Now Payne has it and banks it in. A wild scrum in front of the basket gives Northwood its biggest lead of the day at 10.
12 turnovers now for Benton Central. 13.
And Fielstra just took it away from Senesac. The sophomore picks up her 4th foul.
Senesac's not going to leave the floor until she's given everything she has, but now she's got 4 fouls.
Schwartz takes the place of Kyra Tucker.
Got to keep her in there. The law offices of Len Zappia wish the Panthers success today in the semi-state. If you have a family law need, call Len Zappia. His number is 287-2240. That's 287-2240.
Carly Fielstra's free throw sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. Fielstra, the 5'9" senior, scoring her first point of the day. She's the daughter of the former Memorial High School coach Larry Fielstra. Also runs cross country and a member of the student council at Northwood. She rattles home both. And it's a 30-18 Northwood lead.
I thought there would be more free throw shooting in the second half. There has been.
Kaufman changes hands. But Benton Central has not put up a lot of threes today either. Normally that's a big part of their game. Kaufman walked.
Wow. Turnovers even now.
Northwood has just been absolutely smothering with its half-court defense.
Klein Custom Homes says go Northwood, beat Benton Central. Klein Custom Homes is Michiana's premier home builder. Come visit one of our exclusive neighborhoods or let Klein Custom Homes build on your property anywhere in Michiana. For more information, visit us at kleincustomhomes.com.
Little problem, I guess, in front of the Benton Central student section. A reminder, next Saturday, all 4 state finals on TV 46. We'll start our coverage with the 1A live at 10:30 in the morning. And we'll take you all the way through all 4 live on TV 46. Now here's a tie-up down in front of the Northwood basket. Now Benton Central gets the ball back on another Black Swish turnover.
Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to what they do, and they're here to serve you for your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
Bump from behind called against Northwood. It looks like they'll call the foul this time on Alea Minnick. And that's the second on Minnick, the 5th on Northwood. So they've got yet another foul to play with here with 6:32 to go in regulation.
So they've done a pretty good job of staying out of foul trouble.
Strasma misses a shot in the lane. Minnick gets the rebound, getting bumped pretty hard by Schwartz, but no call. Meanwhile, Payne got trapped too far underneath the basket. And what's the call? A travel on Maddie Payne. She's a bit incredulous at the whistle.
In turnover number 15. Against the Black Swish.
Timeout taken here by Benton Central. We'll take it as well. Timeout sponsored by Truck Accessories Group. 6:18 to go. Northwood in control, up by 12 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years. The IHSA also running the Wrestling State Finals this weekend. We're excited that at 182 pounds, it's going to be an all-Michiana final. Joe Walker of Mishawaka against Northwood's Jake Lone tonight in the spotlight at Bankers Life.
That should be a fun one. We'll see how that comes out. The Penn Boosters congratulate the Northwood Panthers on a great season and are rooting for them today. Whatever school district you live in, join your school's booster club. They're an important group for schools, raising money for both academic clubs and all the sports.
30-18 in favor of Northwood. The Black Swish have led this one throughout. They went on a 9-0 run in the first quarter to take control. And their defense has absolutely smothered Benton Central in the half court today.
Done a real nice job. I thought defense would be their calling card again today, and it has been.
The Bison, a 30% three-point shooting team on the year, and they might want to consider hoisting a couple here in the next 6 minutes. Senesac, one of their snipers from outside, but instead she took it into the paint and drew the foul against Maddie Payne. That doesn't hurt the cause for Benton Central either, scoring points with the clock stopped.
No, it certainly does not. Just can't say again about the defensive job being done on Kaufman.
Senesac, a 59% free throw shooter, had 18 points in the regional championship against Norwell.
St. Andrews Products has joined our team with the finest in promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and apparel. Call them at 800-628-9922 or reach them on email at sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
Could be a 5-second violation here. Oh, that's an elbow on Kendall Miller. I don't think it was thrown with intent other than trying to keep the ball away from people, but there's no question she got an elbow right into the grill of one of the Benton Central players. I think it was Schwartz.
Benton Central got to get busy right now.
Strasma, she's been held to 8 points today. Now they go to her down on the block. Payne came over with beautiful help defense that time and gets the rebound. Boy, that would be a 46 film room clinic right there on help defense by Northwood.
I'm not sure Strasman's ever faced this kind of size and physicality that she's facing today.
Perhaps against Northwestern. Here's Payne inside, no basket, she traveled. I guarantee you against Northwestern, she faced that kind of size and physicality as you get another look from Espino.
Turnover number 17 today for Northwood. Miller Senior Living Community in Wakarusa is a proud supporter of the Northwood High School girls basketball team. Miller's provides short-term rehab, assisted living, and long-term care for our seniors, serving Elkhart County and the surrounding communities. Find out more at millersmarymanor.com. Go Panthers!
Tucker's three was off the mark. Miller controlled the carom. And then the ball deflected into the back court. Minnick just covers it up. And on the alternating possession, or was a timeout called by Northwood? Can't tell. Alternating possession. It'll go to Northwood. And now a timeout will be taken by Northwood as well, sponsored by Truck Accessories Group, as we get a chance to thank another one of our sponsors.
We want to thank all of our sponsors, not only today, but all season long, for their help, including Teachers Credit Union, who brought you our halftime feature, our Student Athletes of the Week, and we appreciate that very much. We've gotten great support again this season. Hard to believe, Chuck, that we've got one more week of girls basketball. The drawing comes out this weekend for the boys, and this excitement will extend for another month.
And we've got more excitement for you on the radio on Pulse FM 103.1 Sunday at noon. Indiana trying to bolster its NCAA hopes, taking on a top 10 Penn State team. Meanwhile, on 92.1 and 96.9, Bob will have the call of Notre Dame women's basketball as they take on the Orange of Syracuse. Both those games Sunday at noon on Pulse FM. 30-18 in favor of Northwood as you look into the Benton Central huddle. And meanwhile, some confident looks on the faces of the Northwood Black Swish. They could be 449 from their school's first trip to Indy in girls basketball in 21 years.
Benton Central hit 4 out of 8 in the third quarter. That's why they were able to cut it down to just a 2-point game, but now they're 0 for 4 here in the fourth quarter. And Northwood, with 30 points on the board, you got to figure that Benton Central's got to come up with at least 12 to 14 points to have a chance to win.
Kaufman thought she had a turnover, but Northwood was able to take it back, and here comes the pain. 11 for Maddie Payne. 2 Black Swish in double figures. Biggest lead of the game for Northwood, and they get another steal.
14th turnover of the game for Benton Central.
Ruley and Payne have really done the job for Northwood, and a foul called on Sydney Schwartz of Benton Central will send Payne back to the stripe. Free throw sponsored by Klein Custom Homes.
Great thing about today is you don't have to play again. Last weekend you had to play in the morning, then the evening.
Now Peyton Williams comes into the game for Schwartz for Benton Central. First we've seen the 5'6" senior come in. So look at Maddie Payne, a 3.9 student. She came into the game with 956 career points. She now has 968, so she probably won't get to 1,000 in her career, and I don't think she'll care getting the chance to play in a state championship game next weekend. Her 23rd game in double figures this season. She's the leading scorer on the day. It's a 34-18 Northwood lead.
Just look at the expressions on the face of the Northwood Panthers, just eager to play defense some more. They've done a great job with it.
Senesac thought about pulling the trigger, and with 4 minutes left, you might think, why not? In fact, Kaufman does. Short on the three, and the rebound controlled by Fieldstra. Some more bumping and chugging in the back court. Kaufman comes over to try to set the trap. It almost worked. Miller comes away with the ball, feeds Ruley underneath. She couldn't hit the first one, but gets her own rebound, and they'll kick it back outside and work some clock.
Heads up play by Ruley there. You feel bad about missing the shot, but you got the offensive board.
Kendall Miller with 9. That's above her average, and it's an above average day for the folks at Northwood. The steal. Oh, Senesac with a beautiful play to get the hand on the ball, not foul, and knock it out of bounds off of Leia Minnick. That was a terrific play by Tressa Senesac.
Really was, and continue to be impressed by Senesac. She was not only our student athlete at halftime, but she has shown a lot of basketball IQ here today.
Great hands there to get the hand on the ball and then knock it off of Minnick and out of bounds. But again, 3 minutes left. Benton Central averaged 64 a game. They're still on 18 today.
They've been doubled up by this Northwood team.
Long three by Senesac is short, and the rebound to Fielstra. A frustrating day for the Benton Central Lady Bison. And a glorious one for the Northwood Black Swish. Minnick couldn't get that one to go. Strassma races the other way for Benton Central. She'll take it the distance for two, and Audrey Strassma now in double figures with 10. A foul called here on Benton Central. They don't really have much choice. They have to foul and hope that Northwood can't hit free throws, sponsored by Klein Custom Homes.
2:22 to go. The math working against Benton Central, that's for sure. I love the positive attitude by David Baxter, the head coach of Benton Central. He keeps that attitude positive over there on the bench, even though his team is struggling right now.
A hush comes over the Northwood students, but Kendall Miller unable to hit the free throw, even though she's an 81% shooter on the year. Senesac for three. It's short again, and the rebound to Payne. Payne ahead to Minnick. Now Fielstra on the outside, and Northwood wouldn't care if they didn't take another shot at this point, I'm sure. A travel by Payne. If there's one thing that Adam Yoder will be able to talk about next week with its team, it's that we probably can't make 18 turnovers in the state championship game and win.
Yeah, I would have to agree with him. 24-15, the rebounding advantage for Northwood.
The size has made a huge difference in this game. And those big girls, Payne and Ruley, have really kept the inside bottled up against Benton Central.
A lot of frustration. You look around the arena, and for the seniors, especially for Benton Central, it's tough not to get emotional. You're under 2 minutes to go, and you're thinking that all those drills, all those camps, everything I did, coming to an end.
Benton Central working the ball around. Kaufman couldn't get that one to go. Strassman's there for the rebound. And a timeout is called by Benton Central. We'll keep it here. As you look over at the Northwood bench at Adam Yoder, here's a guy that was an assistant coach to both Rich Dodson and Steve Neff, a couple of legends in Napanee. Learned a lot from them. He said before the game, I said, you're in a semi-state field that has Kathy Layden with 5 state titles. Christy Koneski has one. David Baxter's looking for 300 wins. As you see, David Baxter taking his seniors out one last time and imploring the Bison faithful to root for them. But here's Adam Yoder, a 6th-year coach at Northwood. It was the old George Goebel line. He felt like the brown shoes at a tuxedo factory.
Yeah, you got one more week to be busy, and that's getting ready for the state championship game. Man, they executed what they wanted to do, control the pace, points inside, rebounding advantage. Now, they did turn the ball over an excessive amount today. You give credit a lot of that to Benton Central's defensive pressure as well, but boy, I tell you what, this is a good-looking team from Northwood, and they head back out on the floor feeling pretty good about themselves.
Bo Hunt, I get the feeling you might as well just talk to both posts after the game. How do you separate Ruley and Payne as player of the game?
It's very hard. I mean, when you look at both sides, defensive and offensive, you know, I mean, the way Minnick played on the inside as well was unbelievable. Miller, 9 points. I mean, just defensive-wise well. Fielstra, I mean, just those 5 out there, they played almost the whole game as well, especially here in the second half.
And they will take Northwood to the state championship game next week in Indianapolis. The Panthers up by 14.
And you're watching the air being taken out of the ball.
And the substitutes in right now for Benton Central. David Baxter basically raised the white flag over there on the sidelines when he took his seniors out. So you see people like Courtney Tolan in the game right now. And the Northwood fans coming to their feet as we go well under a minute on the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. The Panthers will raise their record to 27-3 overall. Playing in a very tough Northern Lakes Conference with teams like Northridge and Warsaw. A lot of 4A teams that tested their mettle this year. And Northwood just trying to dribble out the clock right here.
I thought maybe we'd have a timeout from Coach Yoder, but he's busy getting hugged over there on the bench.
Tonight, they'll party like it's 1999 because that's the last time Northwood has done this. The Black Swish are headed to the state finals. Northwood awaits the winner of the Brownstown Central Salem game. That's the Southern Semi-State, and they'll play them next Saturday night in Indianapolis. When we return, we'll have our post-game features, including our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise Players of the Game and our electrifying play of the game on the 46 Game of the Week.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
The celebration is on here in LaPorte for the Northwood Black Swish as they punch their ticket to the state finals in Indianapolis against Salem next Saturday night with a 36-22 triumph over Benton Central. The 22 points by Benton Central, their lowest point total since the year 2000, since this century began.
Well, Chuck, you know that famous saying, defense wins championships, and the offense was there, the rebounding was there, but the defense was intense all day long for this team from Northwood, who is now just one step away from bringing home some hardware.
You could have talked to any of the starting five for Northwood and had yourself a representative for player of the game. But the one that was a standout down on the low post and the one that was available for Bo Hunt was Kate Ruley. She's our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise player of the game, and he's also got the head coach of the Northwood Panthers down there in that maelstrom. Go ahead, Bo.
Standing by with our player of the game and our coach of the game, Adam Yoder. Katie Ruley, first off, what a tremendous game out there. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What does this victory mean for you and your fellow?
Great. I didn't even describe it. I just have so many feelings running through me right now.
Both offensive and defensively, you guys were able to really shut this team down. They average over 60 points a game, and your guys' defensive effort was unbelievable.
We knew that they had not experienced a defense like ours, and we knew that we needed to lock down in order to take care of this game and make it ours. So we definitely did that through the entire game.
Hey, congratulations. I'm not going to let you celebrate. I'm going to talk to your coach. What does this mean, man?
Just huge. So happy for our kids and our program. It's been a long time coming. A lot of close ones in Coach Neff's last few years, and then in my first few years here, we've had a lot of heartbreak in this tournament. And now we're gonna go down and play for it all. It's just not a better group of kids to do it with either. I'm just so proud of them.
I was talking to Katie about the amount of points that they score and your guys' ability. You guys had a lot of turnovers, but you caused so many turnovers. You guys didn't allow them to get to the bucket at all.
Yeah, we did a great job on defense, and that's what we've kind of been hanging our hat on is our man-to-man defense. We didn't change defenses one time today. Kids were prepared so hard all week for all those sets, and boy, they executed it so well.
I talked to you before the game after you was nice and relaxed. Are you relaxed still?
Yeah, I'm pretty amped up right now, but yeah. It's sure. I'm gonna sleep all tonight.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. And what excitement there is for the town of Napanee going to the state finals for the first time since 1999. Kate Ruley also responsible for our electrifying play of the game, sponsored by the electrical workers of Local 153. A little bucket and bump action down low.
Yeah, real blue-collar effort all day for that young lady, and she is strong, and she's active, and she's accurate. She knows what she wants to do. Look at the effort against three defenders down low to get the bucket and the opportunity to go to the free throw line, and that is our electrical workers Local 153 electrifying play of the game.
So it will be Northwood and Salem Saturday night at 6 o'clock on TV 46. I know that if you're watching this one from Wakarusa and Napanee, you're hoping to see a similar scene like the one on your screen next Saturday night. And we are pleased to be able to bring it to you live with the cooperation of the IHSAA. Our thanks to our TV 46 crew for bringing you this one, led by our production manager, Dean Korsmo. A reminder to stick around if you're watching us on the Laurie Sumter at Phil Hahn and Associates live stream. We'll be back up at 4 o'clock with the 4A semi-state between Penn and Northwestern. If you're watching us on TV 46, take the batteries out of the remote because that game is coming your way next. And don't forget, we can be followed on Twitter with updates on not only the state basketball tournaments and the draw tomorrow for the boys, but also the state wrestling tournament as well, with Northwood's Jake Lone taking on Mishawaka's Joe Walker on Saturday night. Now from our broadcast partners, the Hall of Famers, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, congratulations to the Black Swish. They beat Benton Central 36-22. Northwood's heading to state. So long from LaPorte.